It's interesting that I've chosen to start doing this bell all the time, because I didn't always do that. It's interesting how things evolve. Thank you, Lesser God, for the messages for today. Balance. Whatever you were thinking about a lot today, whatever has been of concern to you, to me, to we, brothers and sisters of humanity, it's balance now that we're truly seeking. How do we ground ourselves in the energy that we're in? Growth. Growth. There's been a lot of growth, and there are things still growing as well that you've called forth by your desire. Grounding allows the pathway to be clear. Okay, let's see what's at the bottom of this side. Investing. So yeah, you've been putting your energy into this. And this energy is a very overall energy, so it's going into different aspects of life. Romance, self-awareness, studies in a class or an art. You're noticing your physical awareness of your intuitive calling to do this balancing. It's like whatever you're coping with, you go through it as much as you have to, but you always, it's like how you're feeling right now is okay. And when you choose to feel better, you'll reach for a better feeling thought. And everything gets better. And you ground yourself in that way. There's balance brought in that way. Intuition coming through a lot. So, rose quartz energy, the octagon. That rose quartz energy is picking up of childlike love, romance, embracing what your child has for you, whether it's a temper tantrum or a laughing feud. Interesting. Okay. You're thinking about all the beautiful plans you have. It's like you have something that you have a gift and you have it all finally packaged, and now it's time to deliver that gift. So I see you thinking about how you just have this desire to give. Is that of your arts with this rose quartz energy? Is it of your heart in romance? Is it give yourself time to address the inner child that maybe the inner child hasn't been addressed for a while? Spiritually, there's an evolution going on here. This is a spiritual evolution. This is a spiritual leveling up, celebration. So part of the thing about spiritual celebration is sometimes it comes in a package, and you look at the package and you say, oh my God, is that really what the package looks like? It doesn't even look so pretty. Sometimes it's not pretty like this, and sometimes it is pretty, and sometimes you open it up and you're like, I don't know if I like what's inside. I'm hearing, what have you ordered? What have you ordered? Because it's being delivered. I see this right now like an Ace of Pentacles, a gift from heaven. Spiritual gifts. Spiritual gifts. We have the cake. We have the gift. We have that childlike energy, the 8. Is it 8 years of celebration for somebody in an aspect of their life that has something to do with the intuitive nature? Where you may have 8 years since you practiced a different religion, since you broke free from different religious taboos, since you embraced a practice of your own business, growing, balanced, growing. Your own relationship. Pink is a power color for someone. Okay. The bottom of the deck, we have the flower. Let's see what else we're going to get. Everything comes in its cycles, just like the flower blooms. The flower planted, it grows. And then the fruit is harvested. Whether it's a beautiful bloom or a beautiful plume. No, a plum. We're not that dumb. Oh, but Spirit got jokes. Somebody's celebrating 5 years or 8 years. 5 and 8 is 13. So we have a number of transformation, a lot of transformation going on here. Spiritual transformation, relationship transformation. Some changes at home, changes in your relationship, changes in your friendship. Changes in the way you present yourself, in the way you're showing yourself. You've come, I'm noticing the 6 petals here, and it's like you've come into a certain type of harmony with how you express yourself right now. So whoever went through all those religious changes and spiritual taboo changes and all that stuff 5 years ago, 8 years ago, 13 years ago, 4 years ago, whenever years ago you did, if you're in this place where you're feeling this energy, you're totally in a place of spiritual leveling up for sure. And it's like, look how far you've come, baby. Look how far you've come. You're so much more balanced now. This is easier to do than it's ever been before. Even regardless of what type of roller coaster ride you might have hopped yourself onto for the moment. Let's see what the tarot messages are for today. What's the tarot message for us today? We have the King of Swords. Using our intellect, using our knowledge and wisdom, and doing something with what we know. Not just holding it to ourselves. You speak it freely. You live it. You don't just run into things. You're scoping it out and taking action where action makes sense. But you know what your plan is. You know where your destination is, and you know where you're at, and you know how far you've come. So you're looking at your celebration. You're feeling fantastic right now. The King of Cups. King of Cups. That's 2 kings in the center. Hello. The bottom of the deck is the 2 of Swords. Okay. Somebody is got a decision to make between two Two, relationships, definitely. For someone, old relationship cycled back and surprised you, and now there's some nostalgia, thinking back to old times, and you would like to go ahead and go, and I feel like you are already with the King of Swords for someone, so that would have been an air sign, obviously. So you have a decision to make about that. But here's the other thing, going back to our spiritual story. Two of Swords. So these two kings is one of these swords right now. So one is what you feel and what you know. What you feel and what you know. And using both of these together to intuitively grasp all this, whatever all this is for you. Yes. And then even when you put them side by side, you see they're both very focused. One is focused straight ahead. This one's focused a little bit up into the possibilities. That's very interesting because it's showing me there that, you know, you've used your words and your art and your poems and conversations with yourself and others, with your journal and your mothers and your brothers and your sisters and your misters and your misses, and you've had the conversations about what things are possible, what is possible for you. And in that, now you're finding yourself in welcoming in some of the things that you were talking about. There's two people, possibly a same-sex relationship, doesn't matter what your which way you sway. What it does say though is that both of these people, there's a gift coming. You talked about what you were thinking about, this person heard it, and bam, here we go, celebrating the gift. What is that? Okay, yeah, it could be as simple as a restaurant. You said, oh, I really want to try this place, and ta-da, surprise, we're going there today. But I feel definitely a lot more that this has to do with you knowing about your spiritual release from old ideas, right? And being more in tune with the guidance that you're getting from the inner voice. Because there's a situation, something you've been thinking about, talking about, and now you have a chance to show your emotional mastery over it. And emotional mastery over it means love it so much that you allow it. And it means see the love in it and then respond reciprocally if the cups match. If there's a Two of Cups down here, okay. It's the Seven of Cups. The Knight of Swords and the Seven of Cups. So somebody, this Knight of Swords, this is having a conversation where you're getting what is unconditional love. This conversation, I don't feel was with another human being. I feel like this was an intuitive conversation. This was an intuitive conversation. You're like, you know what, I have a chance with this and that that's being presented to me here. It's something that I thought about a lot before, and I get a chance to celebrate that right now. Also, again, paying attention a lot to your spiritual gifts of intuitive awareness. So you started paying attention to how your dreams mean things. Somebody started channel writing, channeled artwork, channeled speaking, investigating esoterics, mysticism, investigating things like the Kabbalion, or just looking into spiritual things that draw you closer to your core essence that is all. You're going through a lot of growth right now. What you're working on is going to come in with you in this balanced place. Some things may be you have to speak your mind and profess your emotions, how you feel. Maybe you need to tell somebody something they didn't know. Somebody says something and then you get an emotional response. Why is that emotional response there? Well, let me see. Let me pick this gift apart that I've received from being me and see what's inside there. See what's inside there. So if you have an emotional response that you don't care for, then you can ask the question, how is this serving me right now? What is this showing me at this time? Let me see more about this gift with the pocket goddess. Oh my goodness. Okay, we have the 10 of Pentacles. So in this gift, there's so much abundance, but with this abundance also is the I've come to the end of the road. Yeah, that type of energy because it's a 10, but the 10 is a new beginning. And 1 plus 0 equals 1, and 1 is a number of autonomy, authority, leadership, manifestation, power, in the sense of one's own personal power, not so much with others, but with yourself. This is also the card where two people meet each other. Somebody speak, and oh my God, I love everything you have to say. And two people meet, and then you start feeling really, really wealthy. And things start getting put into motion because you feel wealthy emotionally. From this meeting, you attract other things that are wealthy to you. So whatever that is and all that. Pentacles are pentacles. So there's that. The bottom of the deck is the 8 of Swords, saying that's something that had been on your focal point and you wouldn't sway from that thought. And also it's an 8, another 8 with the octagon. There's something you've been focused on. This something that you wouldn't swerve in your thought about. No matter what seemed to go wrong, you kept clinging to your thought. So what does that mean? That means you've been rehashing that story for a long time. Now, what was it serving you? You were investing your mind energy, your thought process energy, your creative energy, your emotional energy into this system. Infusing it, investing, yes. And so here comes speaking your truth to you, and you're like, oh, and you, what do you see? Somebody here, you just see the whole family potential right there. Like, there's a beautiful family potential right here. If this is a new thing, it comes in and it can go very long term. Yes. Can go very long term. So it's always endings and beginnings, where something ends, something else comes in. For someone, okay, thank you. There's another story here where somebody was dating this guy, and then you just brought it to an end, and then as soon as you brought it to an end, then this guy comes in. And this guy you've known before 5 years ago, or this is to change your vibe up a little bit. New challenges, new obstacles. You already did a karmic path over here. Yeah, okay. That's that. You want to talk more about that? Hit me up on my website. Okay. Let's see who won the Radical Raffle reading today. Let's get one out of our love bucket. And then we're going to do the miracles now. And then we're going to do this reading. Okay. There's 3 face down. Okay. Let's do the miracles now first. We'll take the one that stands alone. Okay, what's the miracles now for today? Thank you, thank you, thank you. There's a lot of stuff going on, man. Whatever you're going through, you got this. Just, whoo, woosah. First off, I'm the bottom of the deck. I don't always do the bottom of the miracles now, but today I was specifically just felt that. When I honor my feelings, I find my power in powerless situations. What happens when you honor your feelings and you're in a powerless feeling situation is you tend to start asking questions. And sometimes, especially when you have an understanding of how questions can empower your life and how words can empower your life, you begin to ask questions that will empower your life. Like, oh, okay, well, if this is ending, as in here, where you guys go? As in, if this is ending, and then what does that open up in my life? What's open up in my life? If this is coming in, then it's like, oh, well, what does that open up in my life? And what are the options here? What are the possibilities here? Is some of the questions that you can be asking that could cause, because of a shift, a change, because it's called a rebound effect. You go down, you bounce back up. Yeah? Okay. Let's see what the actual miracles now is. Okay. I'm hearing like a phoenix rising from the ashes. Okay. If you want to feel, if I want to feel supported, I must support myself. So, what does that mean? I'm hearing if you want to cry, well, freaking cry. And hug yourself and love yourself while you cry for a minute. Get it out. And let yourself be okay with how you feel. But then do it, honor it, and knowing that even as I honor this part of myself that feels angry, that feels sad, that feels whatever, that feels bliss, allow it, you know, because moments can get better from this. To know where you're going, you got to know where you're at. To know how to get there. If you don't know what side of town you're on and you're trying to get central, you could go the wrong way and end up all the way up in the mountains at the end of everything, of civilization, going the wrong way if you don't pay attention. If you don't pay attention to where you're starting. And be like, oh man, by the time you realize that you got so close to the edge of the city, you're like, what was I thinking? I should have checked where I was. Especially now, it's so easy. You all have cell phones and GPS, right? Okay. If you want to feel supported, you must support yourself. If I want to feel supported, I must support myself. And rest in that. And rest assured that as you see and know that you do it just so, you support yourself and you live so well, though, that you are supported, and let that be enough. And from that place of peace comes in so much beautiful increase. Love it. Thank you. All right, the one that's face down over here. Ah, we got Melinda M. This is for you, girl. Okay, let's see. Hermetic Tarot. And the universe has your back. All right. What are the messages for Melinda Maisonette? Thank you, thank you, thank you, Melinda, for choosing to create funds in this channel. Okay, here we go. These are for you. And that's perfect. We have the situation now, 4 weeks out, effect on the situation, and outcome. Through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. So, Melinda, right now you are in a situation where you're meditating on something, and the world around you is coming into vibrational harmony with what you asked for. And you know what to ask for, because you see this right here, you had to be birthed through this big old vagina right here. No, I'm just kidding, it's not a vagina, but it kind of looks like one on camera. Anyways, you know what I'm saying, you had to go through this rebirth process, spiritual changes. Yeah, changes have to happen to let this come through for you to even know what you wanted to ask for. But you figured it out, and now you ask, and now it's time to experience this. Well, 4 weeks, it says, I witness the darkness and call on the light with my prayer. Thank you, universe, for guiding me to perceive this fear through the eyes of the teacher of love. So it's saying that to me, in 4 weeks, there's going to be a fear that you're ready to face, and you may not be aware of any of it, right? But what is that fear? It's talking also of seeing things with the eyes of the teacher of love. So with that fear, there's some part of love where there's a fear attached to it, and it's very subtle. I don't feel like it's anything very major. I do feel like it's something subtle, so subtle that it's like, almost unnoticeable. But here's the thing, it comes through the crack. It comes through the crack. So it comes through the crack so that you can pour the love over that too, like you've been doing with everything else in your life, and be able to apply love to the situation so you can transmute it and heal it. So, and here's the evidence of that, because this is the affecting situation. It says, my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. So there you go. By your focus on your application of your energy, and even in the most subtle of ways, it's subtle, but it's been there for so long, is the thing. It's been there for so long, so it's gonna come up. And I don't feel anything really heavy about this. I actually feel pretty light with this. So it's like you're sitting there I see you sitting on the porch. I see a cup of coffee in your hand, and I see you even maybe rocking on a chair, or you may be receiving this through intuition, because rocking on a chair for me is associated with spiritual activity sometimes. So anyways, and it's like what you focus on, you manifested this, and you said, well, now I see that. I never even thought about that before, and how silly of a thought that is. But I didn't realize that it was even really something that I was saying. And it's almost like you hear yourself say something with fresh ears for the first time, or think something, or feel something, and realize it. Oh, it's one of those types of moments, and you're like, understanding now, this is why that has been a cycle, and this is the doorway, this secret hidden doorway that's been in there that I found. Okay. The outcome is, thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is of the highest good. Ooh, okay. So, wow, how that comes full circle so beautifully, because it's now saying, something you called for back over here, it's like maybe you realize that, hey, I wanted that, but that wasn't exactly, there was another way. And as it's shown to you by your being willingness to look at this, when it comes up to you, you don't immediately pass it off. When it comes up to your intuition, you don't pass it off. You embrace it, and you look at it, and you're like, where did that come from? Why am I feeling this way? And so now you see things from a different perception, and you realize that there were higher options for you. Higher options meaning higher on the vibrational scale to bliss. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. We got a bonus star and a king of pentacles. Look at that. Lovely. Okay, so we got to say Aquarius energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy. Bonus card, The star is here to say no matter what's going on, you succeed. And look at all the stars above you here. All your stars are there to guide you. That's the most important thing. Your stars are there to guide you. You have this beautiful connection. You're totally in tune with the intuition, just like the spread below it that we did for everyone. Oh my goodness, what a double bonus, girlfriend. Okay, and the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so this is change, but this also equals 4. This is, so change in partnerships. You may be choosing to work with different people that come into your life. You thought you wanted to work in this way, and you're going to choose to go another way, whatever that is. You possibly even have 2 different opportunities as far as this goes to create great change for yourself through this. Well, I do see like you're going to know exactly what to do right here. It's so crystal clear. And I also see you sitting very pretty financially with this, feeling fantastic about yourself, feeling like I've truly manifested what is of my highest good right now. I love the way I got myself set up at this moment. And so that's looking really great. So thank you so much. I absolutely love and adore the part of me that aligns with you, that golden thread that shines all the way through, called love and peace and happiness, and love and peace and happiness, and love and peace and happiness. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so I will be back with another reading for you tomorrow. I'm going to put these back in the love bucket right now because they're still good. All right. For more info, to get your name in the love bucket, go to get your Radical Raffle reading. You can check everything out on my website at LPHtarot.com. That's LPHtarot.com. As in love, peace, and happiness to you and yours, and of course, me and mine. Until next time.